Hi, I'm Kat, marketer turned brand storyteller,
And I'm Candice, educator turned entrepreneur.
and you're listening to
Not nice, clever.
We're two introverts who speak on stages around the country and work with top personal brands who also unapologetically require 24 to 48 hours of recovery time on the couch in our favorite sweats. All Netflix and no chill.
And to be clear, we're not quiet or nice. Together, we're redefining what it means to be an introvert who means business. It's time to show up and show off. Are you in? In today's mini episode of Not Nice Clever, we're talking about permission. This is a topic that's near to my heart because as a former educator, I signed a lot of permission slips. And I think in doing that, I learned that permission is fucking fake. So let's talk about that, Kat.
Way to drop the F-bomb in the first minute of the mini. Go us.
How to get it out.
I love it. I know. This is a thing. Okay. Permission's fake, but people perceive it to be real. So this is your permission to stop waiting for permission. Whatever permission slip you need from us, granted, done. Yes. Just start and go. Signed,
done,
sealed, delivered. Now let's make your dreams a reality through whatever way you want to make them a reality. I think one analogy that my coach had shared with me was that by doing the things that she wanted and moving herself closer to the life that she wanted and doing things differently and breaking the rules and whatever, that she was being a walking permission slip for other women who wanted the same thing for themselves. And so, before we hopped on here, Candice and I were thinking about when did it change for us? When did we stop asking for permission? And by the way, that's like imposter syndrome. One thing Candice had shared was that at every new level, you still feel like you need to. So we're still going through it, but we delete it faster than we did in the past.
Yes, recognize it faster.
We do. And one thing that has been really helpful for me that I was reflecting on was that when I asked for support, when I got a coach or I found a mentor or I started surrounding myself with different people and started to see what it could be like, and I could ask them questions and they could ask me questions in return, that was when I started seeing change faster in my life and in my business. I wasn't doing it by myself. I had other people giving me that validation, that permission slip until I could just seize it for myself.
I think for me, it's connected to changing the group of people that I was hanging out with. And as I grew my network of friends who are more entrepreneurial, I realized that there's a theme in a lot of those friends. And that theme is really no nonsense, take action kind of people. And entrepreneurs are much less likely, I think, to sit around and wait for permission. They're always just trying to make shit happen. And in watching the way they moved, I was inspired to move more swiftly and put less barriers between me and the things that I wanted.
Yeah. I remember back to when I launched my creative agency in late 2018, Studio Friday, and all of the pre-launch work that went into that, developing the visual identity, developing the social launch graphics, the website, the services, all of that. And I spent weeks perfecting. I was still having conversations with potential clients. I was going on go-sees and all of that. Contrast that with this past couple weeks where I got an idea to create something new, and it looked like an unplugged version of a podcast, right? Called Your Life Rebranded. And I literally voice noted 8 episode ideas into my phone. I went on to Spotify. I created a Spotify for Podcasters account. I uploaded the voice notes from my phone into Spotify for Podcasters, came up with a show notes template, titled the episodes, and I got it launched. And I compare and contrast the level of prep work, right? All the things I needed to do in order to launch correctly, to put myself out there perfectly, versus now that shit's only on Spotify. I haven't even submitted it to the other platforms. Our Not Nice Clever podcast is everywhere you can listen to audio, but it's it doesn't have to be perfect. There's no proper way. Swift action. I'm impressed that I'm able to do it in a matter of days versus a matter of months and what took me so long. And Candice, you're in the midst of launching the content lab for what, the third time now? And you have it as a well-oiled machine, but you're learning every time. And I feel like you do it quicker every time. Every time I've noticed it and watched it.
I mean, it's not quick. It's quicker because I have frameworks now, but
Yeah.
it's not quicker actually in timeline.
Yeah.
Right now, it's really just about building out frameworks that are replicable that I could use over and over again.
Yeah.
And the first round of the content lab, I put off probably for too many months because I wanted everything to be perfect. But what I realized is that as I had clients go through the content lab, they can give me feedback. They can tell me what they need. They can tell me if there's a piece missing that they didn't get. Oh, then I take a note, add that. And it doesn't have to be perfect. And actually, those clients in the beginning, like my first round or 2 of the content lab, really helped me to build out an even better program, and had I not had the experience with them, I wouldn't know where the gaps were.
Mhm.
And I think that a lot of people are listening right now and thinking that they want to start a podcast or they want to host an event or they want to work for a company or work with alongside an entrepreneur that they admire, and they're too afraid to reach out, or they're waiting for someone to like magically appear in their DMs or their inbox. And
Yeah.
for so many of the amazing things in my life, it didn't happen because someone found me. It happened because I put myself in a position where it could happen.
Mhm.
And I started conversations with the right people, and I went to the right places, and even I maybe didn't know it was the right place, but I knew that there were people who were doing things that I was interested in doing
Yeah.
and were making connections that I also wanted to make.
I think that's a good place to start. Like, if you're not ready to put yourself out there, cool, I get it. We want you to, permission granted to put yourself out there, but at least pay attention to the types of people that you want to be or want to hang out with. And even if it's something as peripheral, as parasocial, as ensuring that you are consuming the majority of their content and shutting out the other content that is either making you feel bad or, encouraging comparisonitis, or that is, keeping you stuck, like even just consuming it and absorbing it, like that will affect your beliefs, that will affect your thoughts drive your actions drive your results. So like that can be even a first step. I know Candace is probably saying like, fuck that, take action immediately, but it's all just, baby steps too.
Yeah, and actually so many of my best friends I met online.
Yeah.
Literally, like, my best friends in
That part's
the
crazy,
world
right?
I met online, it's insane. But that's from consistently putting myself out there, that's from commenting on people's stories, commenting on people's captions or posts, commenting and
Mhm.
being unapologetically fangirling on people until, like, we realize, "Oh, we actually both like each other and we can actually really be friends in real life."
Yeah.
And I can't tell you how many opportunities have come from that, and now at this point, I'm just less scared of reaching out to people because I love it when people reach out to me. Why
Yeah.
would they not love it if I reached out to them?
It's a journey, and like I said, yeah, start with commenting, start with consuming, like engaging with them. Like you don't have to be exactly like them or at their level to reach out to them. In fact, it's really rewarding, even just from where I am at my career, when I have somebody reach out with a question, because then I know I can help them,
Yeah.
like by answering from my own experience, and it also lets me feel like I'm just not talking into the void.
The Clever Crew knows our story about how we got Chris Do on the podcast, and it actually started with some light Instagram stalking. That's really how it started. And
Just
oh, it
light,
started when Kat was too afraid to stand in line to take a picture with him at an event, and I made her do it.
Yes. Literally, guys, if Candace had not been there, I don't know that I would have gotten that picture with Chris, which just proves my earlier point.
It was definitely a team effort, but when Kat was afraid, I pushed her. When
It
I was
was.
afraid, she pushed me. And
Yeah.
we did it.
Yeah, because even earlier when he was speaking, like you were like, you looked him up on Instagram, like he's like almost got 1 million followers. I was like, I don't care. I was like, we need to have him on spot. He's our people.
No, I knew him. I knew him before he got up on the stage. I
Oh, you
already
knew
knew
him.
he had
Okay.
a yeah, he
Yeah.
had 1,000,000 followers,
Yeah.
and Kat was like, "Oh, I really like him. He should be on our podcast." I was like, "Okay, Kat, do you know who this guy is?" And I showed her his
Right.
profile, and she's like, "Yeah, I think we could still do it." And then I made her actually
Yeah.
follow through. Yeah.
Yeah. That, and it like it would not have happened without the two of us together. Like that's where it's like 2 + 2 = 5.
Partnership. Yeah,
Yes.
it matters.
Partnership is more important than permission slips.
You know, I've been watching Selling the OC, and one of the girls
Oh
on
no,
there has a
now I
podcast.
do. Oh wait,
Yeah.
that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, and I sent her a DM, and now we're talking. We're emailing each other. We're gonna get her on Not
Good.
Nice Clever. Easy.
We are. And you guys are going to love it. Yes. Just
Because I sent her a DM, y'all.
that's how it all starts.
It's not that hard.
And if you don't believe it yet for yourself, that's okay. We believe it for you. So trust us. Clever Crew, if you trust us, do this. We know what we're talking about. You don't have to like believe it yet. We can believe it with you.
Here's one small step before we wrap up in the next 30 seconds. You can DM Not Nice Clever the thing that you want to do,
Ooh.
and then we'll DM you an official permission slip if it makes you feel better.
Oh my gosh, I love that idea.
Okay, do that, and then leave us a
Okay.
5-star review. Okay, thanks, bye.
We love you guys.
Thanks for joining us on Not Nice Clever.
Remember to follow our podcast wherever you listen to audio.
And if you found today's episode valuable, please share it with your friends.
No gatekeeping here. Remember, we love to see our Clever Crew grow.
Signing off, you're not so nice, but oh so clever besties that mean business.
See you soon.